Good afternoon and welcome to News 6 Extra. It is Wednesday, November 19th. I'm News 6 anchor Lisa Bell, and I am joined once again by our producer for this fabulous show, Kathleen Winningham. Kathleen, thank you for joining us as always. You have a jam-packed show for us today.
Yeah, it's pretty busy. We got a lot going on.
Big news week, really, and we are just now about 8 days away from Thanksgiving. Of course, Orlando, always one of the top travel destinations for Thanksgiving. So many people want to come here and take advantage of our beautiful weather.
Yes, and it seems like it is going to be beautiful.
Little on
the warm side, but beautiful.
Yes, which is always a little frustrating because it's one thing I try to do every year is cook a Thanksgiving meal, and it just gets so hot inside when you've got the oven going all day. And so it's nice if it's a little cooler. You can open the windows.
Right.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to my mom about that, and she's like, "Oh, if it's hot, it's going to get hot in here, with the oven and everything." But
yes,
the meal's worth it.
It certainly is. The good news is that she's a little bit north of here, so hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler there. Our chief meteorologist, Candace Campos, has been, of course, closely watching what's in store for us next week. Here's the latest from Candace.
I'm News 6 Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. Here's what you can expect for your Wednesday and throughout at least the next 10 days. Temperatures are going to be very similar to what we have been experiencing. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. We will start off the morning with some early morning patchy fog like we dealt with again this morning. But then as we head into Thanksgiving, it looks like we will stay warm and dry. Not record breaking, but just comfortably warm for your Thanksgiving next Thursday. But then beyond that, we're talking the weekend after Thanksgiving into the first few days of December. We're talking about a big possible cold blast that could be bringing temperatures down into the 60s for highs. Our afternoon forecast for today, though, complete opposite than cool. We're going to be warm. We're up to about 83 degrees. A nice day if you want to enjoy some activities outdoors, riding your bikes, taking longer walks outside. It is going to be, again, a really nice afternoon. Plenty of sunshine once we got that fog out of here. Now, our lows later on tonight, mid to upper 50s, maybe a few low 60s across our southern zones and towards the coastline. So as we look here at the clouds and rain futurecast, you can see we will continue to stay mostly sunny, mostly dry. And really that's going to be the setup not only for your Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday as well, with rain chances still very, very low at less than 10%. But we are going to continue to stay on the warm side. Big ridge of high pressure remains in control. That jet stream will be staying up to the north at least through Thanksgiving, which is why, again, temperatures are expected to stay slightly above average into the upper 70s to low 80s. And that's really going to be the trend between now and at least about November 29th. But again, we are talking about a big blast of cooler air that could potentially be rolling into the area. After about Black Friday, we're talking more Saturday and Sunday after Thanksgiving. Notice, feels like temperatures by Saturday morning could be back down into the 30s and 40s, something we're going to be watching pretty closely. But in the meantime, though, nothing but the 80s for the next couple of afternoons. Early morning fog, afternoon sunshine with lows in the low 60s.
All right, Candace, thank you. That is a nice looking forecast. Well, as promised, we have a lot of news happening today. It is a busy week, including the latest on this cruise ship death that we've been following. Some explosive new developments in the case of an 18-year-old Titusville woman who died on board a Carnival cruise ship. News 6 has now obtained documents in a civil court filing that calls her 16-year-old stepbrother a suspect. So just to bring you up to speed on this one, Anna Kepner was traveling with her family in the Caribbean earlier this month when her body was found by one of the ship's staff members. And as we've been reporting, the FBI has been investigating her death. They've been very tight-lipped in this investigation, but CBS's Christian Benavides has been following the case and explains charges could now be filed against her stepbrother.
CBS News has learned that criminal charges may soon be filed against a step-sibling of Central Florida high school senior Anna Kepner, according to an emergency court filing in an unrelated family matter. The 18-year-old was found dead aboard the Carnival cruise ship Horizon the morning of November 7th. Few details have been released, but law enforcement sources tell CBS News that a housekeeper discovered Kepner's body under the bed in her private room. Kepner was on a family vacation with her father, stepmother, and 3 step-siblings. According to the Daily Mail, Kepner told her family she was not feeling well and went back to her room. When she didn't show up for breakfast the next morning, a frantic search began.
Certainly, it just points a finger at some level of foul play.
Michael Winkleman is an expert in maritime law.
Is there an instance where there's a civil case against the ship here?
There's ship security all over that vessel. They have an obligation to keep their passengers reasonably safe.
CBS News has also learned investigators are reviewing the ship's surveillance video, Kepner's cell phone data, and the access card reader to enter her room. In a statement, Carnival says it's focused on supporting the family and is cooperating with the FBI.
People think, oh, that'll never happen to me.
Jamie Barnett's daughter, Ashley, died on a Carnival cruise in 2005. She is now an advocate for victims.
These are big ships now. It's like a small city. Even on a cruise ship, you can't let your guard down.
A memorial service for Kepner will be held tomorrow. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
It's also big news we're following in the nation's capital once again. In the latest in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, the bill to release the files associated with the convicted child sex offender is expected to land on President Trump's desk today. It comes after Congress fast-tracked its approval yesterday. For survivors, it has been a very long road to get to this point. And as CBS's Natalie Brand explains, those women are now hopeful the measure will lead to transparency moving forward.
But it's bittersweet, because of, I think, what it took for us to get to this moment.
Epstein survivor Annie Farmer told CBS Morning she's hopeful for transparency, one day after she and other victims gathered on Capitol Hill to celebrate legislation that will compel the Department of Justice to release all unclassified Epstein documents within 30 days.
I think that there's a lot of information in there about not only people
that we haven't heard before, that we
have not heard before, in terms of names of people that not only participated in these crimes, but the people that enabled the crimes.
The bill moved faster than expected, passing the House with all but one member voting in favor. Then almost immediately, the Senate agreed to the bill with unanimous consent.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill.
President Trump said this week he would sign the bill into law, but continues to accuse Democrats of trying to deflect.
And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax.
The president also ordered a new investigation into Epstein's alleged ties with prominent Democrats, which has some lawmakers concerned the DOJ could use the probe to delay the release of files.
The FBI director, the DOJ, Pam Bondi, they would be criminally liable. This is why we climbed the steep hill.
Already, tens of thousands of documents have been released following subpoenas by the House Oversight Committee. In one email, Epstein claimed Trump knew about the girls, which the president has repeatedly denied. The documents also reveal direct correspondences between Epstein and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who announced this week he's stepping back from public activities. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, there are changes coming to Roblox. It is a very popular game for kids. If you're a parent of a young child, you probably have heard about this game a million times. If you haven't, you need to know about it and some of the safety measures that are going to be implemented to try and protect kids who've really been preyed upon by using this game. Also, there is a dispute brewing in the Sunshine State over handicapped parking spaces, specifically when it comes to pregnant women. They're now allowed to park there, but this is creating some new controversy. And then we're going to check in once again with our theme park expert, Haley Coombs, who has been aboard Disney's latest cruise ship, the Disney Destiny, and she's been showing us some pretty amazing sights on this newest ship that is coming to Florida. We're going to take that quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to News 6 Extra on this Wednesday. I'm News 6 anchor Lisa Bell, and we're talking about Roblox. It's a very popular online gaming platform for kids. And the platform is taking new steps to protect children. It is used by millions of kids under the age of 13. And News 6 investigative producer Erica Briguglio discovered that the company is now using technology to determine a user's age in hopes of protecting them against online predators. Here's how it will work.
After a slew of lawsuits, including some filed here in Central Florida, Roblox is rolling out new safety features. The online game is accused of not doing enough to protect children. I'm News 6 investigator Erica Briguglio, and one of the main concerns with Roblox is that anyone can create an account and pretend to be someone else. Last month, I told you 2 Brevard County families filed separate lawsuits against Roblox, claiming young girls were groomed and sexually exploited online. The state of Florida also issued criminal subpoenas in response to allegations Roblox is not doing enough to verify users' ages and moderate content. Now, Roblox says it's verifying ages for users who want to message other players. So here's how it works. If you want to text or voice chat with someone on Roblox, you will be required to take a video of your face. This will be used to estimate your age. Roblox says the videos will be deleted after the age check is processed. Just hours ago, I spoke with someone from Roblox about the reliability of this system.
You will be able to appeal if you think that this has checked you incorrectly, in which case you'll be asked to upload a government-issued ID, or if you're a minor, you'll be able to have a parent verify your age for you.
We live in an age where there's AI and people are using that to create their own images. Are there concerns that people are going to try to skirt around these new safeguards?
For the way this system works, it requires a liveness check. So you will be in a live video asked to move your head and blink, so that you won't be able to use an AI generated image to pass this age check.
After the age checks, users will be assigned to age-based chats. This means children will only be allowed to message someone around their age, and the same goes for adults. Roblox will start enforcing age checks in the United States in January. Erica Briguglio, News 6.
Well, Florida has recently changed a law, and now any pregnant woman can get a handicap parking permit for up to a year. State lawmakers voted unanimously for the wide-ranging transportation bill containing this change. But is that a good thing? If you're an expectant mom, you might think so. But News 6 anchor Matt Austin went to a local rehab center where people say there is no way that politicians consulted people who may be impacted the most by this new law.
How often would you say you drive to a place and you can't find a spot?
Pretty much every day.
Every day?
Pretty much every day.
Jose Lazarine fell from a second floor at work. Amanda Perla was hurt in a car crash in 2007.
It can actually become a scary situation because I've almost been hit several times in parking lots before.
I spoke with 4 families at Next Step Rehabilitation in Orlando about the current state of disabled parking.
So this is how I get here.
Life can be a struggle for all of them.
There's a car, Rachel.
And parking lots are some of the most stressful places.
It's not just the convenience of being closer. It's about the extra space.
A handicap-accessible van requires space, and lots of it.
This isn't enough space for you to get.
No.
You have to swing wide.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to swing like all the way like here.
But these wide spaces are hard to find, and it may get harder.
I feel very strongly that pregnancy is not a disability. I just want to be able to park up front.
In July, Florida law started allowing any pregnant woman to get a disabled permit, giving them access to these vital spots for up to a year.
I don't approve because the one thing a pregnant woman needs to do is exercise and move, because she's going to be delivering a baby and she's going to need all the muscle strength she can muster.
Matt Austin, News 6.
It is a very interesting debate, and to hear from the people at Next Step Orlando who, sadly know all too well the challenges that go into having to, rely on a wheelchair each and every day. And it really does make you question, did any lawmaker reach out and ask for their input before considering that law. We want to switch gears now and talk about a train headed to one of Florida's busiest airports. Of course, we're talking about Orlando International Airport. For years, riders have complained that SunRail does not go to MCO, but that could soon change. News 6's Angie Casada spoke with riders who say an important airport connection would be a game changer.
Yeah, riders here tell me that this would be everything that they need. And even though today's step won't build the airport extension, it protects the land needed to make it possible.
SunRail commuters have heard for years about a connection to Orlando International Airport. Now, Wednesday's vote pushes that vision forward.
I don't even think, overdue doesn't even describe the word clearly enough. It's so big of a necessity. It's kind of like a running gag amongst people that visit the U.S. in general that we have such bad public transportation.
Dealing with the congestion that we have on the highways, it's a beautiful idea.
I think whenever you have a lot of people all going to the same place, I wouldn't doubt that a bunch of people are going from the airport to Disney or from the airport to the tourism corridor.
The airport board is reviewing a full agenda today, a move to reaffirm its commitment to preserving the right-of-way corridor needed for what's known as the Sunshine Corridor. That's the route that would eventually connect SunRail to OIA, the Convention Center, and International Drive.
Anytime you have a lot of people going to the same place, there's no need for all of them to independently be in cars. And it would be so fabulous to alleviate some of that traffic.
Protecting the corridor now ensures the land doesn't get developed before the project secures federal funding. A crucial step, one that keeps the airport expansion from becoming just another idea on the shelf.
And again, today's vote won't bring trains to the airport yet, but it does safeguard the path to get there. Of course, we'll be tracking the meeting and bring you any updates on air and on clickorlando.com. Reporting in downtown Orlando, I'm Angie Casada, News 6.
All right, Angie, thank you. I want to bring back our producer, Kathleen, now, because all week we have all had a little bit of envy for one of our colleagues.
Oh, yeah,
here in the
for
News
sure.
6 newsroom. Yes. We're talking about our digital journalist, theme park expert, Haley Coombs, who we really haven't seen in person for several days. I don't know. It feels like it's been a long time.
I think it's been a couple days, but it does seem like a lot longer.
Yes. Well, she keeps providing us with some insight as to where she's been. Of course, she's been aboard Disney Cruise Line's newest ship, the Destiny, and we've been previewing some of what that newest ship has to offer right here on News 6 Extra. It looks really nice, Kathleen.
It really does. And yesterday's story, she focused more on what's available for adults, because when you think of a Disney cruise, you think everything is geared towards kids, but they actually have some stuff for adults too. So it looks like a really great trip.
Have you been on a Disney cruise before?
I have not been on a Disney cruise.
Me either, but this makes me want to go on one.
I know.
Yes. So the Destiny sets off on its maiden voyage tomorrow from Port Everglades, and Haley has been on board and shows us the entertainment hub where heroes and villains share the spotlight. Here's a little bit more of what that ship has to offer.
Here on the Destiny, heroes and villains sail in harmony, and here in the Grand Hall, you might encounter Loki, the god of mischief, who will probably proclaim himself as the ruler of the ship.
The centerpiece of the Disney Destiny is its Grand Hall.
And at the heart of it all is the Black Panther statue, King T'Challa, ruler and protector. From floor to ceiling, marble shines everywhere, and at the top, shining above, is Wakanda vibranium.
Guests also might encounter the mysterious Dr. Facilier, ready to entice passengers with his supernatural tricks and games of chance. The Disney Destiny also introduces two original characters, traveling storytellers Zaya and Gamble, whose enchanted trunks react to the powerful energy and the magic of classic Disney villains.
The Grand Hall is more than just a gathering space. In fact, it's a living theater. Right behind me, the chandelier changes throughout the day, and the lighting transforms for both heroes and villains. Now, sailings for the Disney Destiny start November 20th out of Port Everglades with 4- and 5-night cruises to the Bahamas and the Western Caribbean. For now, aboard the Disney Destiny, I'm Haley Coombs, News 6.
So after we saw one of her pieces yesterday, News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden and I looked up the price to go on the Disney Destiny. It wasn't as high as I thought it was going to be. We
Okay.
were looking for 2 people, which, most people, as you mentioned, often travel with kids or whatever. So they have a larger group. But it looked like for about a weekend cruise in the $4,000 range. And that was with, I think, definitely a view, an ocean view. Maybe it had a
Okay.
veranda.
Okay, so that's what you pay more for like the ocean view.
Yes.
But I would have thought it would have been more expensive too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really not bad when you consider all of your meals are included too.
Accommodations, entertainment,
Right.
Obviously transportation. So yeah, it's not terrible.
No, it's not
Now,
terrible.
I couldn't find the ability to price that 2-story room that she had that sleeps 8.
Yes. Yes.
I think that would break the budget.
The penthouse.
Yes.
What was it? The Tony Stark penthouse.
I couldn't even find it on their website. So, I mean, it's probably just reserved for celebrities or something. Who knows?
Right. I'm thinking that's probably more than
Yeah.
4,000.
I think so. Yeah, it's probably more than 4,000 a night. All right. Well, yes. Kathleen, as always, it's been a pleasure to chat with you. And thank you for putting together all of those great stories for us.
Absolutely.
All right. We hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. And be sure to check out clickorlando.com throughout the day for the latest updates on all of those stories. And our next newscast this afternoon at 4 p.m.